Hello everyone, welcome to the PowerShell lab, and today we do the practice to create a script which can help us to count the lines and words and characters of any given file. Okay, so we will take example here only for the text file. So this is the task here which we wanted to work with that. So first of all, we can create a text file very easily. Use the write output. Write output can help us to write some output. Which output you wanted to? For example, here, hello dear sir. Can you see right now here? I can just send this into the simple file and give the name example test.txt. And then after you can add one more line. Okay, example. Okay. So this way you will use a append operator. It will add one more line with write output. And the last you can write last line here. Thanks. So now if you want to check out how many lines I have entered, these are the 3 lines I added, okay, into which file? Test file. Now I want to create a short script which can help us to count the lines first. Okay, so let's try to do it. Example, I try to use some option example. First way, first method, how I can do that to do. So first of all, you will create a simple, let's say, variable. Okay, give the name var. Now this variable will store the file data or file content. So in this way, get content will help me. Get content, then after give the test file. This is the test file which I created here, which I show you here, right? So just I wanted to load or store this file into this variable. What is the variable name? That is the var. Okay, now after creating it, so what I can do here is very easily, I can just write post here. So write post is just like a print cmdlet which can print anything, whatever you wanted to do. Example here, I can write here a constant string. That means this is a line count. So it will be just printed on the console. And then after what I wanted to do, I will call my variable. So then after I will call this property here. Okay, so think about this is not in the PowerShell looks a simple variable itself, it looks a array. So that's why I can use the length. So if I wanted to find out the length of this array, so for me it is a array actually. Okay, and now let's see what we can do. We can just call the script, and you can see this script is automatically count the number of lines. How many lines in my file? 3. So in the future, if you added more line, then it will just need to be execute or call the script. It will give you the result. Okay, so this is the first way you can do that. Okay, now let's go to the second way. What can be the second way to solve same type of a task? So in that case, what we can do, first of all, just you can just copy this constant string because every time we will need it. Okay, and then what we can do here, so start this bracket because you want to write some joint commands. So here I will call again my array. I will pass this array into the pipe. And after pipe, I will use most important cmdlet, that is the measure object. So if you type, you press the tab button after measure, it will give you automatically. So measure object will be important. So your example, you want to find out the average sum, very important object. Please have a look on my previous some videos on the PowerShell in the base when we discuss about the important CMD let. So this time I'm using the measure object. And after measure object, I will use the property. So can you see, give the hyphen, you will see the property. Which property right now it is applicable, because my task is to the length. Okay, so after length, I can use just like a another. Here you can see count is good for me, right? Looks like a method here. Okay, so what I will do here, just I think it is done. It is every time, please don't forget to press the Control S. Can you see, this time again I can see the same result. So this is the guy I have the second way. Okay, so first method what I used, I directly use the length. Okay, length property to directly onto the array. Okay, and here I use important measure object. Okay, so let's try to do one more way here. Example, third way, same type of a task we try to do with the third method. So what can be the third method here? Please have a look in my previous some sessions where I use important data structure hash table. Okay, so how I can create a hash table? Example hash. This is just like is again a variable or object here. Okay, this time I will use this. Sorry, this one. So if you want to create a, this is actually hash table, or another word, this is called the associative array. Okay, in the array I can use associative array, I can use some keys and values. So if I wanted to use a keys and value, so I have to give the key. So example, I wanted to give my key, you can give only key. Okay, and equal to, now in this key I will load or I will store whatever you can see. Which file? Test file again. So this is my hash table. So what is the hash table name? It is very simple. This is the hash. Now what I wanted to do, I will just simply what I will do, just I will simply call the same constant here. Okay, and here I will call the hash table every time you have to call it, and I will call the keys. Which key? This one. Okay, so we have a keys method, we have a values. So right now I will use a keys, and after that I will use a pipe. Then I will use a for each keyword here. Just it will work like a cycle or loop. So for each I will use it, and inside it I wanted to process my hash table. So what is the name? $hash. And now I want to access with the dot operator. Okay, and now I will use a special variable. Please have a look on my some previous sessions where we use a special variable $_. It works with the help of only pipe. Okay, so it will pick the variable parameter from the pipe. So that is a $_ is a special variable. And then after I will use length. Okay, and here you will see, so I think almost is okay, and nothing is pending here, so I think it is done. And first of all we will do here, put in the combination brackets here, and put it in the joint, because this is a joint. Like here we did it, so right now we also need to be put in this bracket. And now let's try to see, yes, it is done. So you can also see here we have the same type of a output again here. So this is the third option with the help of a hash table. or maybe you can see associative array. Okay, and now let's see fourth way. One task we can solve with the different options. Okay, so same here example, I will use it here. Every time I will use a constant string, and here this time what I will use here, I will use directly the line property here. Okay, maybe parameter you can see, or the property. I will tell you what is the parameter right now. So here, so what we can do here, we will read the file. What is the file name here? Test. So I can also read the file very easily. Okay, and then after I will call the measure object. Okay, and in the measure object, guys, we have directly the line option, or you can say the parameter. It's okay. And now you will make a like a composite type of object here. So because I wanted to club, actually if you want to make clubbing or matching the whole command together, you put in these brackets, and then you can call the property again. Let's see here, line. Can you see the line here? So now I think it is good. This is my another way. You can see here. Great. So now please have a look. Every time I can find the same result, but techniques and methods are every time different. Okay, so guys, this way you can solve one task with the different approaches. Which approach? Like, this is very simple approach, length method of the array directly. Okay, so this is the way you can use it. Okay, now we almost solved the line calculating task. Now what about the words and characters? Can we do that? Yes, we can do that. So here what I wanted to use, I will copy this line of code, I will paste here. And here I wanted to write here count, let's see, words. So here nothing to do, just change your constant value, example words, and here measure object. What parameter we have? Words. And what property I will talk about? Words. Okay. Similarly, I will count the characters of my text file. Count char. Okay. So here you can write here a short char count. Similarly, you please find out the same type of a option. I think here we have char. And property, again we have such a characters. Okay, so now I think it is done. Now what I wanted to do, I will just call my script. So please have a look here. I can count easily the words, 7. Okay, and here you can see this is a character in the file. So which file here? You can also see here test file. Okay, so this is basically input. So we can easily count out the character, lines and words in the PowerShell scripting. So in the future, if someone will add more line or data into the file, let's try to do that and see. Example, we are done. So this is one more line I'm going to add. So now you will see whether these results are updated or not. So that's why this is the automation of the script. So count. So please have a look previously what was the result, and the present what is the result here. So right now characters are increased, words are increased, line is increased. Okay, so guys, this way you can do the practice in the scripting part for making your task automated, right? That's why it is important. So thank you very much. I think you got it. If you have any question or query, you can send me in the comment section. I will try to help you. So see you in my next live with a new topic. Thank you very much. Bye.